Don't buy it. Don't read it. Don't listen to it. The end. Hey nerds, it's Nathan, and we're doing a little bit of a different one. I'm going to be adding sound bites from a big audio recording of my book club for today's review of Dark Harvest. Maybe I'll stick it like here or here. I don't know. Because we listened to it on audiobook, and the 5 out of 5 consensus was absolute fucking garbage. The concept behind Dark Harvest is that every year, all the young men of a particular age that are not adults, between 16 and 18, essentially go out and they hunt a pumpkin-headed scarecrow creature. Now, the idea is that once you destroy the creature, the town has a year of extreme prosperity, and the winner gets to essentially leave. They get a boatload of money, their family gets taken care of. It's like the honor of honors, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole story, because the concept is really, really cool. And then once again, 5 out of 5 readers decided that the execution was goddamn awful.
Like, the concept, I was like, this is great. The execution, like, honestly, the part that killed me, I was
the
like...
description? They killed you with the fucking adjectives?
I thought
it's like,
the first
we get
two
it, the town likes corn.
The
Fucking move on.
The first 2 chapters, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've heard nothing but about this black licorice road.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
I don't care,
Road.
move on.
Uh-huh.
Get to the story.
Oh, Christ, bro.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
One of the two of the biggest problems with this story is that it is packed full of description. Now, normally that's not a bad thing, but it's when you repeat the same description using a slightly different sentence structure over and over and over again. And the other one was that it kept changing the view. Part of it would be a third-person view, then a first-person view, then a direct fourth wall breaking straight contact to the reader, like a narrator speaking directly to you. You have stories that are written in a third-person narration, but they don't break the boundary of that fourth wall. This does all of them, and it would just hit you. One paragraph would be in first person, second paragraph would be in third person, and then the author would ask you a question directly, or make a statement to you, the reader, directly, and then the next paragraph under that, we would be talking about, it would be a completely different character, and it was just awful.
I couldn't get behind how he was telling it. Like,
It was boring.
The multiple
Yeah.
perspectives pissed me off.
Yeah,
like, if you're talking
same,
about one thing,
same.
and all of a sudden it's like, but you already know that, don't you? I'm like, what, is he talking to me now? I'm like,
Yeah,
what the fuck? Like,
The fourth wall
Yeah,
has been broken,
yeah.
but it hasn't at all. I'm
No.
very confused.
but then,
I honestly did hate, so when they're describing that dude, they just entered this phrase of skipping the line, like you're supposed to know exactly like
What
how
the fuck that
everything
means?
works and
You
what
mean it
that
cut in?
means.
Just
Yeah.
push?
And I was just like, so do you just mean he didn't have to do
it?
the thing?
A major issue that me and my book club did end up having was not only so many questions left unanswered, but the whole idea of the ritualism, like the, what they call it, not the Farmers Guild, but like, essentially the Farmers Guild, they somehow started this. They started this somehow, but it was never explained how it was started, or who started it, or like where this dark power comes from. Because you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna spoiler alert because you're not gonna read this because it's not worth fucking reading. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So essentially, the winner, the boy who kills this scarecrow jack-o'-lantern creature, they take him away and everyone thinks they're the winner, except they're not the winner. They're actually the next big loser because they get taken to a field and sacrificed. They get murdered right on the spot where the last what did they call it? October Boy. The October Boy was essentially grows out of, which is kind of fucked up. And when he comes alive again, or when he grows into being, and then he gets cut down so he can start this all over again on Halloween night, he has to somehow make it to the church before midnight. And when he does, then supposedly the curse and everything is broken. And it's just this cycle. Just boys win, they get taken away, they get killed and planted in the ground, which is why their family gets so well taken care of. It's why their family gets money and their mortgage paid off and everything else. It's not because they won. It's a compensation for their loss. Which again, sounds like a really cool concept, except there was just so many questions that weren't answered. Like where did it start? And the ending was so weird because it was like the October Boy makes it to the church, but then the author is talking about one of our main characters and the October Boy and the main character's father and somebody else, and it's just flip-flopping paragraph to paragraph with no real structure. So by the time the book actually ends, you're like, so is the game over? Is it reset? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't know. Because the October Boy didn't end up dying. We don't know if the game continues. We don't know if his soul was set free. Nobody won because nobody killed him. So it's just, there was just so many questions. There was so much nonsense.
How did it all begin?
Swiss cheese.
That is never explained.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with that.
That is never
Did they
explained.
make a deal with the devil for like
Who knows? But
good
it's the
harvest
But it's
or
the
some shit?
I love
Like,
it.
I
It's
don't
the
know.
Harvesters Guild has all the power and all this other shit.
And they named two people in the Harvesters Guild.
Yeah.
Or the part where it's like
I didn't get that far.
fucking
Get that far.
the part where they were talking about the church and like the church actually means nothing in the town, and that went on for about 3 fucking chapters.
Yeah, every single kid was like, "Oh, the figure's there," but it never meant anything to me. And I'm like, then why the fuck does everyone go to church?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
But the thing is, when they're like, "Oh, all the parents know, all the parents really know," and blah blah blah, all the parents know.
Also, what the
Well,
fuck are
they
these
can
parents
tell
doing?
us. I'd like to know too.
Yeah, like,
I'm sorry, but if
yeah,
I
there should just be a chapter of parents.
but
telling.
if I grew up in that town, I'd be like,
Yeah, I'm
"Hey
not fucking
babe,
doing that.
let's get the fuck out of here," because if
Or
we have
also,
a,
let's
if we
just-
have a boy,
Let's just don't have fucking kids.
yeah.
Right?
Honestly,
But also, did a deal with Satan. Sweet,
Yeah, that's
that
it,
explains
done.
They
it
didn't say
either
that.
for
Like,
me, it either has to
It's
be
a
one or the
crossover
other.
with the other book.
The questions either need to be answered with the same way that the book was written, or the book couldn't have been written like that. It needed to be written with a better perspective, and then I could have gotten over the fact that there was unanswered.
Or they could have half-assed and done a prelogue or an epilogue.
or the
Yeah.
kid. The way I would
You
have
got
done it is
through
that
more information than the
book.
first 4 chapters of that fucking book did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I minimized so I could read something and then it stopped recording. So now I have to go back and think where I was. Out of curiosity, we went on to Goodreads, and I have a small problem with Goodreads as it is, but we went on to Goodreads just out of curiosity, and it had something like 2,100 5-star reviews, a little over 3,500 4-star reviews, and so on and so on. Had only 277, I think, is what I read when I just recorded this. 1-star reviews. We went through the comments, and all the 5-star reviews sound like absolute wanks. Like it sounds like the biggest load of bull. One of them, which I just read, which I won't, because if I minimize, I'll lose my... Sorry. That really fucking pissed me off. Basically, it was crapping on saying that the author had all these poetic prose and managed to grasp the true nature of what it is to write a horror book and all this other fucking I love you crap. And I'll put a soundbite in because none of us believed it.
Review. Seriously, this could be the best horror story that takes place on Halloween.
Oh, fuck off.
There's literally a movie called Halloween that's better than this.
This one is scary from two different perspectives. This is scary from a parent's perspective, for no one would wish this upon their child. I'll agree with that.
Fair.
And it's scary from a kid's perspective, for no one would want to be caught in this position, but so easily could. A shorter read, this is absolute must for those who love horror stories. I want to read a 5-star review and see what they come back
Oh
with.
yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, here we go. I need to hear that.
Yeah, I got to find a good one.
A lot of people have actually got very positive reviews.
I know, but I really want to
I
see
don't
what
understand
they're
it.
saying, which is
I
good
don't
about it.
understand.
I'm curious.
Unless
I'm
it's
genuinely
anything other
curious.
than kind of what you said, like this would be an okay idea for a B-grade horror movie, I will not
Okay.
appreciate anything they have to
Okay,
say.
this first review was done in 2020. An absolutely amazing book. Probably the best I've read so far this year. Dark Harvest
That's
maintains...
the read
That's
ever
his first book.
he's ever read.
June in 2022, anyway. Maintains its pulsing poetic prose and fevered pitch-ups until the very end. A rich brew, the literary equivalent of dark chocolate chased with a shot of whiskey and
What
a whiff
the
of cinnamon.
fuck?
But the tale is told and the plot constructed
This was
perfectly.
written by the fucking author.
Yeah,
From fucking Licorice
honestly.
Road.
This guy's trying to suck the author's dick. What the hell?
Dark Harvest marries the wild creativity of Joe R. Lansdale to the haunted lyricism of Bradbury, and should likely please fans of horror, fantasy, and literary fiction alike.
Wrong.
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 So this is a weird one because it's a high rating, but somehow they have more information than we do.
Oh.
So thank you, Jessica, from 28th of October at 2:56 a.m. It's 1963. We didn't even fucking know that.
Nope.
And the October Boy stalks a small Midwestern town with eyes towards the murder of the town's sons and of the safety of the church. Both rite of passage and a get-out-of-town free pass. The community's teenage boys jealously revel in the hunt. But who is the October Boy and what actually happens when you win the race?
We don't know.
Literally no one fucking knows. Also, how do you know what year it was?
Maybe they do say it somewhere,
Maybe.
and we just couldn't.
How
Hold
many
on,
of us need
hold
to
on.
read it to see it?
Hon,
This
I
is not
also
a light
may I
bulb
make a
situation.
point? Of course, it's the Midwest.
Well, no shit.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
harvest town. What? They got
Obviously.
nothing else going on out there.
That's where all of the porn is.
Yeah, they don't live on the
So
coast.
it actually it continues on. A lot of horror authors work hard to emulate King, which I agree with. They do, because he's fucking amazing. And especially my favourite era, the 1980s King. Dark Harvest is absolutely right there. Cornfield, small town secrets, alcoholic fathers, and headstrong sons. I'm sorry, is that not just cliches?
Yeah.
That's not right there. That's poor writing
Also,
because
did
you don't
you
have an
say-
original
That's
fucking thought.
stereotyping.
Did you say King, like as in Stephen King?
Yeah.
Like, what the? Does not come
No,
close.
it does not.
That's an
How dare
insult
you?
to Mr. King.
I just found a 5-star
No, they're nice,
review
though, you just-
that someone had redone. Someone's redone. They originally did a review in 2012, and I think they've given it like a 4-star or something like that.
Liars.
Yeah.
And then they've redone a review in 2021 saying, I can't believe I didn't give this 5 stars the first time.
They went back for seconds. Is this person okay?
No.
I'm using that soundbite. I'm using that soundbite.
It's 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 people in our book club fucking laughed. Like, it's an absolute joke because all the 1-star reviews were the same thing we all crapped on about. They were honest and they were brutal and they were hilarious. And I might put that now.
This
good
one's
point.
a good one. The sporadic second-person narration got really annoying.
Yeah.
But you've already figured this out, and that's what's creeping up behind him, blah, blah, blah. It seems a bit lazy, and I felt like it didn't work. The twist was very predictable. I also wasn't quite sure who was the intended audience. The size, font, and silliness said middle grade, but the content was a bit mature. I was a bit disappointed.
Our Bookie story standards in 2006 were lower, and
Yep.
it shows.
That's what made me look at when it was published. This guy here, it's very rare for me to give a book such low rating. I can't justify this any higher. I never got into this. Basically, there's a pumpkin-headed creature referred to as the October Boy, and holy hell is that name repeated seemingly 5 million times.
It is.
It was a struggle to read, and I was pretty much annoyed the entire time.
Yeah.
You're probably familiar with the feeling of wanting to finish a book so badly, just so you can literally read anything else, and that was me.
Oh my god, yes! I was trying to motivate myself to read other things, and I just gave up altogether.
My gripe with Goodreads is that if there is a particular fandom, it actually skews the data so much in their favor. There's just nothing to prevent an oversaturation of reviews. So someone could go on and just do review after review after review and put 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, and it won't change that. You can write as many reviews as you want, and unfortunately that's what skews a bit of the data on like really popular authors within particular areas. One is Mark Lawrence. I love Mark Lawrence. No, Scott Lynch, sorry, wrote the Gentleman Bastard series, and the first 3 books are done, and the 4th book has not been released. It's been delayed by 6 or 7 years. 7 years, yeah. It's had 2 release dates. Both have come and gone for whatever reason, and it's never been published. Oh my god, these fucking flies. It's never been published. If you go on Goodreads, it has like a 4.2 something average star rating. Because all the people who love Scott Lynch's work, like me, who love the Gentleman Bastard series, like me, write reviews. They go, I love the first book, second book, third book, I love his whole series, I think it's incredible, the world building is amazing, blah, blah, blah. Can't wait to continue on and see what he's going to do. I've got to fly, hold on. Oh, did I get him? No. Can't wait to see what he does in book number 4. 4 out of 5 stars. You know, how the fuck do you do that? How do you rate something that you've never read? How do you rate something that doesn't exist? So I do have an issue with Goodreads because there's, like, if you go onto, like, really, really overhyped authors. Who's the one that wrote Fourth Wing? Can't remember, but Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing is, like, had all that Instagram, TikTok hype. Same with Holly Black's book. I can't remember that book either. And it was hyped to fucking hell, and it had all these endless raving reviews, and most people actually thought Holly Black's book was pretty fucking average at best, and a lot of people who've read Fourth Wing say it's alright, but a lot of the concepts have been really done. Like, there's nothing new about it. Dragons, magic school, whatever, crush. So, I don't know. That's my issue with Goodreads, but that's my rant done for the moment, because I could rant on about it for an hour. I could give you so much more information, but I won't. Hey, time for a change of scenery, because my computer was dying, so I need to plug it in. Anyway, this is my room. These are my shelves. So pretty. So pretty. Anyway, where were we? There was fluff on one of my hats. Where were we? I had a rant about Goodreads. Right, final thoughts. Pardon me. Final thoughts of the book are, don't buy it. Just don't. Everyone in my book group is not necessarily a super consumer of literature. They're not super total fuckwit bookworms like I am. I mean, even me, I'm not as crazy as a lot of the, like, hardcore booktubers and bookstagrammers and stuff. But even then, like, we're your average reader. Hopefully, like you. Even if you're not, even if you're a super consumer, don't buy it. It's not worth it. It was so bad. I have a 12-minute drive to work, and listening to it on audiobook, I paused it like twice every day. I'd be like a few minutes in, I'd have to pause it to give myself a mental break, and then I'd try it again. And it took us, for all of us, forever to finish. One of our members didn't even finish at all. It just wasn't worth it. Oh, you can see the fan shadow. Oh, too bad. Nuts. Like, just nuts. It was so bad. And I wore this shirt specifically. This is all the greats. I'll get in nice and close. See that? Look at that. We got all the actual original fucking scary horror guys. And the October Boy will never be on a shirt. I can't stress how stressful it was reading that book just by how bad it was. I'm just going to keep rambling. That's it. These are my final thoughts. Don't buy it. That's it. I'm so sorry. It was so fucking bad. Anyway, here's a couple of sound bites at the end that I just thought were funny and I thought you would like. But till next time, nerds. We've got another book review coming. I feel like doing another video about one of my personal Magic decks, so that might be coming soon as well. And I'm going to be doing something because I've got a whole bunch of new sequels to get through. I'm going to be doing second sequels. So every second book I read will be a sequel, and then I will lump a couple sequels together to make a sequel special. So there'll be 2 book reviews in one video. I think that's all the updates. All right. Bye, guys. Till next time.
Anyway, long story short, I don't think anyone liked this book.
No.
No.
It was
terrible.
Can we also vote that Nathan doesn't get to choose next time?
I didn't choose. You chose. Okay, I submitted a vote and you fuckers
He's
chose.
got a-
It was like a very cool crossover between like a supernatural episode and The Purge.
Yeah, kind of actually.
That
So
gives
they
them
like
incentive
hunt him
to chase
harder.
him.
But candy doesn't fill you up. Everyone knows this.
Where is the fiber?
But again, if you haven't eaten for 5 days, like
He'll
you would
do
gladly
anything.
eat
It's so
I
dirty.
guess.
Almost 29.
I did like 4 people. I was like, you need to read this book so I can fucking rant to you about this book, because it was just like...
I literally ranted to one of my coworkers about it, like in the middle of the workday, and I was like, you don't know anything about this. You have no backstory. I'm just now telling you I'm a part of a book club, but here's my issue.
I need
context?
you. Here's the context, because I need to rant to you.
Honestly.